Good time zones, everybody, and welcome, and thank you for putting up with the extended start there. Greetings, Frauke and TGM and Shadow and Raven and anybody else who's out there in the background. I can't see everything properly. The stream deck is sitting there going, Twitch? No, I can't talk to that. Nope, doesn't exist. It's not a thing. Terribly sorry. No information for you. You can't see how many people are here. You can't see how long you've been streaming for. You can't see if you're losing frames. So go back to OBS, dude. That's the only way you're going to get any information. Thanks. It's like, wonderful. I think it's as confused as the bot is. So, fantastic. It's going to be a good morning. Good. Yeah. Looks like an API error. Bot suffers from it too. Yeah. Off by API. And we arrived to find me staring down at... Oh, good, he died. At a skeleton who decided that he wanted to be involved today. Probably for similar reasons. Yeah, I think somewhat be weird. I don't think Twitch has recovered from the weekend, which is entirely normal for Twitch. I mean, if it has a bad day, it has a bad few days. Either way, Monday. I think the bot, Twitch, and everything is just basically going, Monday? Yeah, no, we're not dealing with Mondays this week. I'm sorry, if you want to deal with a Monday, you can go away and come back later. To be honest, I don't blame them. So, yes, where we left off on Friday, we had spent Friday actually being very highly productive, and we built a tower, and then we built most of a tree. And today we're going to get rooted. Or at least pitted, or we're going to pit ourselves against the confusion. Now, over the weekend I might have done a little bit of flattening. By might have done, I mean there's significantly less world underneath the caldera than there was. This has the advantage that we now have space. Space! So I'm going to leave the cam account there. Let's get it up on screen. And let's head underneath here to find some materials. Yes, this is this weekend's pile. Interestingly, not so much stone came out of the caldera in this area. It was very, very muddy or dirty. It's a dirty job and somebody's got to dig it. Not sure that works. Oh well. Meh. Righty. You know, laddie, It might be good if you actually figured out what the heck you were doing. It's an egg of indecision. Will we have any luck working out what we're doing? Survey says no chicken. So the odds are this is going to be a chaos stream. Go figure. Chaos stream for the win. Boing, said Zebedee. Hi, dear. Now, one thing that has crossed my mind is I built all of this, or I've dug out all of that space, but actually, do I really want the caldera to be... Hey, Kel. How are you feeling? I forgot to ask that earlier. And hey, Kibo. Back from... Was it a week-long music festival, Kibo? Do I want this area to be that wide? Who knows? Let's get rid of a bit of sand. Awesome. Did you enjoy yourself? I think that's... and do you have any energy left after a week-long music festival? And the point, what music has the bot just chosen? Really? I'm allowed that? Okay. Kind of surprised that track's allowed. But hey, I'll take it. It was on the doohickey list. Whatever the heck I'm talking about. It's in the YouTube list. I'm convinced of it. I wouldn't have added it to the list if it wasn't on the YouTube list. Oh, sore throats are evil. Sore throats are evil. Remember, drink lots, hail hydrate, look after yourself, and try not to scream too much in shock at somebody triggering thunderstorms. Was there for the company, not the music. Have to work it as a gatekeeper. Yeah, and are you still exhausted? And did you? Was it worth it? Under the caldera. Under the caldera, down where we're digging, I'm going singing. Under the caldera. I should probably... I have no idea what you're talking about, Kel. I'm an innocent person, is. I am absolutely, completely, 114,000% innocent. Sleep schedule is out of whack. Yeah. That happens. What's a sleep schedule? Dang it. Another person who's worked out that the only way I'm innocent is in a court of law. And even then, it's dubious. I am perfectly innocent. I have never been proven guilty. Slight difference there. Why does nobody believe I'm innocent? I'm a total innocent. Really, I am. One thing I've never been quite certain about this end. It just doesn't feel right. It almost feels like it should be more pointy. Sort of like that a bit. Except it really should be more pointy from here. Didn't I try pointy already, though? And end up chopping it off because I couldn't make it work. It's times like this I really wish I had some sort of creative construction technique. As opposed to what the heck my brain is doing at the time. I know I should be actually working on the area where we're going to be putting the root ball, but until I can work out what the actual end shape of the caldera is, it's very difficult to work out what the shape of the area that I can build for the root ball is, and that's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it. In other completely surreal and sideways news, I was thinking of stealing an idea that I saw another streamer, notably Tadpole, has for using up channel points. And Stretch will probably be making it back, and so will the stand-up dude option. But I was thinking of kind of, stealing his... do something in the actual world for people. Platform. Oh. Oh dear. Kibo is apparently falling out of orbit at this point. At least I'm assuming it's orbit. Hey, Wally. Welcome to Monday. Welcome to stream and welcome to the madness. Yes, I was... wow. I am so completely failing to focus today. Squirrel! What was I saying? Yes, it's a Monday, Wally. And tech be weird. Thankfully not as weird as for some streamers, and thankfully not as weird as it has been for anybody dealing with stuff. How about yourself? Right. Wow. I'm still failing to squirrel. Let's focus in here somewhere. Not quite sure where, but let's focus. Where? Squirrels away the forward focus. Wow. Squirrels are allowed to, the squirrels can afford a forward focus. I had a train of thought. It might have gone choo-choo. The Steam sales are dangerous. Mostly for the fact that my Steam backlog of games that I have never played is ever growing, and yeah. It doesn't help that I then spend like 18 months playing this. Which reminds me, what are we up to now? Because we are at almost, we are like 3 days over 18 months. How long have I been playing this for? Have I just scrolled past it? Nope, there we are. Ow. That's just ow. 62.9 days of game time in this world. On this account. When it gets to 69, we're going to have a party. No, 69, dude. No, Alright. I started saying something like 4 times. Oh, yes. Yes. What do people think of channel points being redeemed for a presence in world? You know, armor standing, something, maybe a sort of, I don't know. I mean, I don't want to completely steal Tadpole's Hall of Fame idea. Although, to be honest, it kind of is a nice idea. I mean, we got the named Gordon. Oh, you mean an actual Gordon named after you? That's an interesting option. Might have it so you can choose. Named Gordon, named Villager, named Llama. Gives the villagers something to sell all their name tags for. So basically what you're saying is I need to start recruiting more Gordons. Named Tools. Tools is a very, very finite thing. Mostly because I don't get through that many. I mean, I'm still on... okay, apart from the kebab stick. Ignore the whole death of a sword. That might have happened. I refuse to comment on the death of a sword. It had nothing to do with throwing it at a creeper. We always need more Gordons. Yeah, Gordons is one of those things that might actually be more sensible to have. Because I keep decorating with them. Which just sounds wrong. Here we find Scotsman decorating with a Gordon. Wait, what? Now, of course, this means I have to actually find somewhere to put the Gordons. Why is there just like a single block of... ignore it. A single block of... water. That's the word I was looking for. Honest God. It's... yeah, out of stone. Yeah, the Gordons makes more sense than... I mean... I do like Tadpole's Hall of Fame idea. Particularly with the... once you've unlocked it, you can then buy items. Hello, squirrel? That's a motorbike. Hello... what? Brain? Why hello, squirrel? I need my sanity checked. Nope, my sanity check just bounced. Well, the frog's in the frog farm. What oh, I mean, the frog farm is... yeah, the frog farm exists. It's not exactly... I mean, I think I would probably... honestly, I think I would like, if I'm going to do this, to set up an actual new area of world for this sort of thing. Something really special to show it off. Because I'm not planning on making this cheap. Because, I mean, that would be too obvious. I have stone here somewhere. There it is. Whoops, I should have gotten rid of the sand. I was about to try and use a salmon as a... that's... a salmon as a firework. I don't think that would work. I'm fairly sure salmon are not explosive. I might be wrong, though. I mean... I could be wrong. There might be incredibly explosive salmon out there. What? Stay on. This conversation's taking a left turn at reality and going in the direction of what? You're confused, Kel? I'm confused. I'm not even sure I know what I'm on. Alrighty. You think, laddie, you might want to actually have the faintest clue what you're doing. Nope. Too obvious. Now, the advantage of this area that I'm currently working in is I can actually dedicate a bit more detail to it later because this is a focal point zone. And so whatever I build here, I can come through later and add stairs, slabs, detail in general. Because it's going to be right next to one of the monoliths. Monoliths? Was it monoliths? I'd have to check my to-do list. That's something I was... oh, yeah, that was something else I was thinking of doing. I have a deck of to-dos on one of my own websites. Internal to the house, not visible to the universe. I was thinking of working out how to have items in the to-do list that are active / dated / due. Trying to figure out how to have those show up on, say, the startup screen or something, just as a hint of things to come. That's better. Yeah, I kind of like that. Let's... Yes, this is starting to feel a bit more sort of rugged in the terrain sense. My problem had been that this didn't feel like it ended. It just felt like it suddenly stopped. And that was the problem. Having this just stop is never a fantastic situation. Actually, no, I'm gonna work with that. That's a nice idea. Let's bring this up. And then actually let's take this back a little. And let's sort of make this a little bit spiky. Try to make this so that there's no sort of areas where it's just got hollow areas underneath it that could turn into monster spawners. I should probably sleep. Sleep is good. Sleep is valid. Sleep is necessary. Sleep is for the sane. I am none of the above. I'm very well aware that that when I'm doing stuff like this, my main account is very sort of chaotic in movement, which is partly why I like having the split screen with the cam account, because it doesn't feel quite so holy heck, that's a lot of just erratic movement to give people a headache. You get to see the erratic movement, but you also see the cam account where it's a little bit more stable and not quite so broken. And you get to see the progress. In real time! Real-time progress, available now. Suddenly my brain is thinking of Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy with the... I can't remember the name of the group, but the campaign for real time. The ones who wanted to make sure that everything that happened in the universe continued to happen. Just to prevent time travelers from going back and finding themselves and handing over a sports almanac. Or things like that. Right, we're getting into the area where we have the tree. The tree! Not the twee! Oh, I said the tree, not the twee. What are you on about, Scott? Anyone know where my sanity went? If so, kindly make sure that it's being well pickled. There has been no Kraken today. There hasn't been Kraken since at least Friday. I can't even remember if there was Kraken on Friday. If there was, it was probably quite a bit of it, because I can't remember it. Always a good reason. Right. I love the fact that I'm unable to place blocks because I'm too high. How's this starting to look? Okay, that's looking a lot more sort of chaotic and broken up, which is what I was looking for, because we're at the end of the caldera where there's going to be a socking great big hole in the edge of the caldera. And that's the sort of thing where you want it broken up. I mean, we're going to be having... I need to mine back quite a lot of this so that... how much of this do I need to mine back? Where's my purple... purple marker? Oh, there it is. Yeah, that's like that's like a good 2 chunks to 3 chunks worth of land that needs to be mined backwards. And then we need to put the monoliths in, which are going to be actual caldera city build segments as opposed to the caldera itself. Righty. Oh yeah, that feels much nicer as an end to the caldera. It sort of slowly slopes down whilst at the same time being somewhat more chaotic. And I think that area that I've just started putting in... This one. What I might do is actually curve this downwards quite a bit and have this as where the root ball has been ripped out. That feels like it might be a sensible thing to do, possibly. We found the position of the root ball. It's all a bunch of roots. Whee! Let's get that back. We will rock it, we will sock it, we will wind it up. What? No. More stone. Hello, caldera chicken. Squawk. Yep. Yep, he went squawk. One of us had to. Righty. Actually, no, not the root ball. I kind of feel like the root ball should be lower. And there should be basically like a chunk of the caldera that looks like it's been compressed out of the way by the falling tree. Whoops. I have an inventory issue. Notably, it's full. We'll be throwing in a lot of stone. Or dirt. Throwing in a lot of shade. No, yeah, that's better. So that we can make it look like it fell and it just sort of pitted out the edge of the caldera before it got torn by it. Let's see. It's not easy to build downwards like this. Why am I attempting to do this? Am I not have a matter. Am I crazy? Yes. Why do I even bother asking the question? I know the answer. I'm not mad. Really, I'm not. It's all just an act. An act, I tell you. Right. That should make me want to fill in that hole. Act natural. Dang it. Right. It would help if you could see what I was doing. Right. That raises questions about this area. Notably, why is it this shape? It's this shape because it's the end of the caldera. That's not the problem. I want to get that up to here. How do I want to get that up to here? Let's start working this out with a single block of stone, because clearly that makes perfect sense. Well done. Ah! Ahem. I meant to get down here so that I could sleep. Really, I did. Honest. Absolutely. You son. Hey, Tor. 45. Oh dear, that number is getting significantly larger than I'd hoped. Where was I? Oh yes. This is the problem with trying to build backwards and uphill. How goes having a life of leisure, Tor? I've just placed stone over the top of my easy route down. Was it this one? Holy smeg, it was. It's not so much a massive underestimation. It's not that it's a massive underestimation. It's just that the inaccuracy comes from the fact that you lot are just so inattentive and totally incapable of spotting a fall. That and the fact that the counter was started way after about 1,000,000,001 falls. Less denial. Well, yeah. I think everybody was laughing at me falling already. That's the problem. I will admit, yes, you were one of the causes of the counter. The causes of the counter. That just sounds wrong. I feel like I should be pondering where the heck the root ball is going soon. Let's see. Where do we want to stick the root ball? What sort of height? Let's see. I'd say around... No. If we go with... Let's see. Well, that wasn't quite what I intended. If I put that there... And really... You're not supposed to be there. Let's... You know what? I have wood somewhere. Let's go and find... Let's go and get wood. And actually work out a point for this to have... Oh good, I have jungle logs. Okay, so train of thought is absolutely non-existent. Are we going for this having... having broken off? Or are we going for this having tipped over and taken its root ball with it? Which do we think is more natural? I think since we want... I'm leaving the leaves on this. I think broken off, taking the root ball with it so that it's actually still effectively in... thinks it's still in the ground and thus is capable of growing is probably more sensible. So if we do... what the snake sort of shape is this? Who knows? Roots and all. Yeah. I mean, this has the advantage of being probably in very solid stone ground, which doesn't help with figuring this out. That feels like a good sort of size for the original point of... Yeah. I think you're right, Frauke. So let's assume that it's taken the root ball, which is going to make building this end far more interesting, because it's going to mean I need to have stuff going up, down, and everywhere as the actual root ball. Yay. Does this feel like a good site? I feel like it needs to be several blocks in this direction. Right, rip it all down. This lot has to go a little bit to the right. To the left, to the right. It's probably got an off by 2 error. By 2? Yeah. I'm not admitting this is an off by 1 error yet. Let's see. I'm basically trying to build out the shape of where this would have been. And then we can work out the shape of the hole that it left. What the heck track is this? Rainbow Notes. Have Project Nevada, what were you on when you wrote this track? Okay, that feels much more like it might be the right shape and possibly the right position. Yeah. Let's get some... Oh, the colours. Yes. I can taste all the colours. Wait, what? Taste the rainbow. No. Really? No, this is going to need to be dug backwards. Skittles, taste the rainbow. Just don't lick it. Okay, then we probably need to dig out some of this. We should really be having... I mean, I'm going to have to basically turn most of this into dirt, because there ain't no way in heck this would all be stone. I'm just sketching in stone right now. Rainbow tastes like Skittles. I mean... Lucky Rainbow? No. That needs to go back more, and I need to find somewhere to sleep. Let's sleep in the root hole. That doesn't at all sound wrong. Rainbow mostly. Oh, hello. Right, first things first, let's grab all of this. Because useful materials. Right, excuse me, sir. Excuse me. Do you sell anything of note? You sell absolutely nothing of value. Even where I used to be really interested in buying all of that, what's the word I'm looking for? Coral off of you. I'm just not in a coral mood anymore. That never happened. I did not just jump backwards. Honest gov. Now what I'm thinking is, this probably needs to be quite a large hole. I'm never going to get away with this. This stream, I'm pretty certain, is not going to get away without at least one bad quote. But if we're going to have a root... Hey, Cyber! If we're going to have the root ball here, we probably want this to be... Or the root ball has come out of here. And we're going to want this to actually look like a large section of ground has been ripped out. Which probably means making it look like a large section of ground has been ripped out. I mean, logical statement is logical. If you're crazy and you know it, you're Scotsman. If you're crazy and you know it, you're Scotsman. If you're crazy and you know it, don't you really wanna shit? What? I have no idea where that came from. But then again, do I ever? At least my accent hasn't slipped. Slip, slide, no way. I used to have an accent today. Nearly fell. I didn't. That never happened. That one was very much a sphinctosecond. Hey, Landstrad. Welcome, welcome, and walk to yourself. Okay, that gives us a pretty large root ball area, I think, for making it look like this thing has basically ripped the ground out. It'll need dirtying up a bit, obviously. But it gives us something to work with. Now I just have to actually, join it into the rest of the caldera. Somehow. Make it look like this is sort of sensible. And then I also want to actually have, space for 3 or 4 more ridiculously tall trees somewhere in this area and a dozen smaller ones. Because otherwise having this single... Hello, dolphin. Must be nice to have a porpoise. Because if I don't work this out properly... It's going to look like, why was there just this one tree? And I don't want it to... No, I don't want that block there. I don't want it to look like it's, why is there just this one tree? Because one giant, ridiculous, massive tree on its own doesn't make sense. Or at least it doesn't to me. Might to other people. Feel free to chip in and tell me that only one tree of giant size would be sensible, because if that's the case, I'll happily not build more. One of these days, I'm going to have to look up the definition of scope creep and check whether my name is next to it. And possibly my picture. Actually, no, I'm fairly sure the definition scope creep has Tango Tech's name next to it. Although, didn't somebody post the other day that the definition of scope creep is just it hasn't been finished? Ow! Do have that with ancient oaks. Most of them stand in woods of much younger growth. Okay, so we might get away with just having, say, 1 or 2. It's going to be a good stream for me falling. So if I put in, say, 1 over there somewhere, and maybe 1 over by the... If you try and keep it so that they're next to water sources, because that would be a good thing, because, you know, giant smegging huge tree is going to not want to grow without a decent supply of water. Then that might actually be something to get away with. As opposed to the fall counter, which is just basically going to go up today. This is what happens when I work on the caldera, though. I'm fairly sure the caldera is basically 95% of the reason for why I spend half my time falling off the... Welcome to stats. 110% of 93% of stats are made up on the spot. .74% of Scotsman's build is made up on the spot. Actually, I think 150% of my build is made up on the spot. Which explains why there's so much of it. Well, and then I'm going to sleep because apparently it's getting dark again. Okay, I can't sleep. While I can't sleep, let's fill in the holes so that I don't fall through them. Okay, that's starting to get the sort of ruined terrain feel that a collapsing giant tree might actually cause. I'm liking the result of this. It's beginning to rapidly go from ridiculously shaped to something that makes a bit more sense. Gotta be careful with that. I might introduce something that makes sense. Can't have that. Start introducing sense into this. I mean, really? Where will we be if sense starts appearing in this build? Ha! Where will we be? We'll be suffering from smell-o-vision if sense starts appearing in this build. Oh no, sorry, wrong sense. Just don't turn into a thunderstorm. Ragthum. Yeah, yep. Fun thing is, I need to join this out to that back section somehow. So it's one of those, where should this all basically go by way of shape? And that is the bit I'm not sure about yet. It's starting to feel right, though. What are the odds of being able to sleep? Nil. Right. Yes, Scots. Get the bed out of your hand. That's not going to help because you're actually building. And last time I looked, Minecraft won't accept beds as a building material. At least not for stone structures. They generally aren't exactly that good for stone structures. Nope. I feel like I should be looking at making this go backwards so that it can start joining up, or at least being the point where that grows lower. Yeah, that kind of sort of, that works. Now we can just sort of bring this around. Yeah, that kind of fits better. That gives us a bit of sort of hillside above the tree crater. Is tree crater a valid description? I mean, if we're going to call it exactly what it is, it's a crater caused by a tree. So it's a tree crater? Oh, no, meh. The other description would be root hole, and I don't think a root hole is a valid description of it. It's the root of all hole. Nah. Let's go for that. This is starting to feel wrong a little bit. I'm not quite sure why. Probably because it's getting so wide. Tree throw. Really? That's the actual official name. Awesome. I think the wideness is what's getting to me. Wind throw if... Interesting. Things you find out. The more you know, the more you wonder. Why wonder? Why? Scotsman's going mad again, and I wonder what's going on in his brain. Oops, and I'm out of... That's a fish. I'm out of stone. Well, that was a short flight. Right. Nope. Ugh. I am starting to run out of stone. That's probably going to be a problem. Still, if we run out of stone, what I will do is just focus on the dirt and the root ball. And we'll consider that part of the caldera creation. You and you. Because, well, it is. Quite sure why I keep taking a bed out of my... Well, holding the bed up. It's not like you can build with it. Again. Keep telling yourself that, Scots. You might start building with beds. Now you're thinking with portals. Now you're building with beds. What? Sounds comfy. I mean, it might be. If you're building with beds, is that the next tier up of pillow forts? So some people build pillow forts, and I build bed forts. Great, now I'm wondering what a bed fort would look like. And how to build one in Minecraft. No. Stop thinking that, Scots. It's very silly. Bedford is already a thing, unfortunately for anyone who lives there. No, there is a town called Bedford. I think a lot of people forget it's a place. Some deliberately. That has to be the longest time that a wandering trader has just stood around. Look, go. Away. No, don't attack me. Door-to-door salesman. You can't get rid of them. Where's that? Door to caldera salesman. There was a sudden and mysterious disappearance of that bed deep enough and soft enough that someone has to have a fall across it. Yeah. Remember, kids, neuter your door-to-door salesman. Oh no, that's Gordon's we neuter. Gordon's we neuter. Door-to-door salesman we set fire to, remember? And since this is the kebab stick with fire aspect too, that's an immediate flaming. So that was actually on brand. We actually set fire to that door-to-door kindling. That's not where I wanted that block. I wanted it here. It's becoming very, very messy. But then, it's going to be roughed up an awful lot. So, messy is probably not the worst idea. Set door-to-door people on fire. If burning sensations persist, please ensure that you've spoken to your... I feel that visiting your doctor for that burning sensation might not be enough, Cyber. It might be, if this burning sensation persists, please consider calling a fire engine. Also, you clearly made the obvious mistake there, Tor. You let the coppers know, or you let enough kindling survive to be able to advise the coppers that there was a problem with kindling catching fire door to door. I feel like this section here, with the bizarrely inaccurate... There was a hole there. What was I saying? This section with the bizarrely inaccurate rendering probably needs to be a bit wider. Ooh, sandstone. That's only going to confuse my inventory. Clearly, the answer to that, Tor, was global warming. Why does this keep turning into an area that doesn't render properly? Who knows? Yeah, that's better. So I'm going for a look of a sort of collapsed, tumble down end to the caldera. That was only there because I was trying to make it lit up, because I thought this might actually be an inside area of the caldera. Honest Gov. No, it wasn't going to be. Let's put another stone here. I thought I unsubscribed from those. Oh. do not wish to spend 100 and smeg knows how much on Gloomhaven. Thank you very much. Oh, I might as well just turn that bit of natural into something that's actually there. Highly weathered. Yes. I mean, I'm going to end up, probably because this is going to be a feature point, particularly with the monolith and the tree tunnel. Need to figure out a way of getting to that as well. That might be something I should probably consider. Otherwise, we built a path into this with no actual way into the path. This bit will be detailed leather. Leather? Later, even. Yes. I dread to think what the actual second pass on the caldera is going to take by way of time. Sorry, third pass. First pass is stone. Second pass is adding the dirt. Third pass is adding adding foliage on top of the dirt. And fourth pass is when I pass out. Lovely, a month. Yeah. I mean, look at how long it took to do the small area that's at the northern side of the caldera, where we added the river. That said, not all of it is going to be that level of detailed. Thankfully. A lot of it is going to be find a few areas, stick down a couple of saplings, hit them with some bone meal, hit the ground with some bone meal, and run away. This is starting to fill out a bit. Or does this build just keep getting larger? I mean, granted, this whole tree fall area is already has already been decreed total scope creep. Yeah, I can word. Really, I can. How odd. I misread that for Minotaur and was like, yes, I know I'm putting on weight, but commenting on so am I is entirely unfair. But I realised that's not what you said. Oh dear. No, I didn't mean to put those two there. That probably needs that takes out. Let's take out that one. That one. Well, yeah. I'm allowed to call myself fat because I consider myself to be fat. Still a hole here somewhere. Where is it? There it is. No, that's not one. That's the one I was seeing. That's no good. That's better. Yeah, that's a weird shape. And this is where the fact that Fire Fest tickets sold out in ridiculously fast amounts of time and prevented Doom and Cuteness Europe from taking place is still on my list of highly unfair things to happen this year. Oh, no, I've still got 2 more stacks. I was about to say, don't tell me I'm running low on stone. Where did all the stone go? Can't guess. I need to determine how much of this is going to be retained. Do I keep this lake, or do I fill it in? Because I'm feeling like filling it in might be necessary, because I don't think it fits with the landscape I'm building. God. Good lord. This area just keeps getting bigger. True. I mean, London is not the worst place in the world for going to see things, except it's London.
They talk about another kind of world.
What are you afraid of?
I'm lost in old ways.
I'm not afraid.
I'm thinking it would be nice to leave this as a large flattish area and use this as somewhere for a tree to sit. Not a enormous one, just a sort of 2x2 maybe. That's rockets, Scots, not stone. Ah. And so the Vegas collective begins.
Same people, same places, same parties, and not just a ghost at night.
Right, I'm going to leave myself an annotation to say I want a tree here. Right, that's to remind me I want a tree here. Kind of feels like a good place for one as well. I'm also thinking it might be nice to make this a bit more curvy. And I'm out of stone. That's still a fish. How many times am I going to accidentally try and use a fish as a firework here? You know what? Let's solve that. Let's eat the fish. There. Now I can't use it as a firework. There's something distinctly fishy about my attempts to use a fish as a firework. I love how I put out this line like 90 minutes ago, thinking, you know what, I want the caldera to go along here. Yeah, I got that wrong. Nowhere near. I should probably retrieve that. What was I doing? Oh yes, I was working down... Where was I working? I was trying to put in another... Oh, no, I was working further up. I was up here. I can't even remember where I'm working. This bit. Yes, this is what I was doing. Because I was thinking it would be nice to make this a bit wider and have another tree up here somewhere. And I know I could get away with not filling this in. So I didn't actually use all of that stone. Let's see. Here. It feels like it might be way too close to... No, I don't know. No. It's interesting. That feels almost like it's in line. And yet it's nowhere near online. In line, even. Alright, if we do that... And then... I think this area is good for another one. That's not... Actually, let's do that. Really? How many times is my inventory going to desync? And confuse me. Let's see. I think around about there. That's a good spot for a tree. So we've got one over there, one over there. They're not in line. Yeah, this is starting to feel like good places for trees to appear. And I need to sleep. Let's find myself a nice solid section of ground so that I don't end up plummeting to my death as I jump out of bed. I know Minecraft generally doesn't let you do that. unless your name is ZF. I mean, really. Who in the right mind? Who in the right mind? Let's ZF. Yeah. Quite how ZF managed to work out how to cheat, butcher Minecraft's respawn mechanics to allow himself to die like 9 times in a row in like 30 seconds. That man has more interesting ways to do some stupid things in Minecraft in his head, and most people have sensible ways to do interesting things in Minecraft. Good news is we're reaching a point where I'm starting to get close to ground level again, and we might be able to consider... Yeah. I'm wondering if it might be interesting to actually take this section at the end of the caldera, and once we've got enough of it to sort of feel like it's the solid area, just start on dirting it, which will help with the fact that I'm on pretty much the end of my stone, and will also help us actually cope with the fact that tomorrow we'll be back at building the tree, and it would be nice to actually have something around it to, or some landscape to build into. Good grief, that might actually make sense. If there's sensible things to do in Minecraft, I feel that I am not the person to locate them, given my tendencies are anything but sensible. I mean, I think we can quite safely say that the way that I work in Minecraft is not sensible. I mean, who in their right mind builds something this size? What are the point? How did this much appear in this stream? Ow! And... Yep. This keeps getting wider, but then it kind of needs to. think we might be reaching peak width in this area. Oh my god. How huge has this become? That was just... No. What? How did that become that big? That's what she said. So what I'd like to do is start actually beginning to turn this, because I need to aim it back for the stuff in the corner at some point. Yeah, let's take that back a little there. No, not there. Yeah, if we start curving this a little at this point, we might be able to actually, you know, get this under control a bit. Odds are I have absolutely no chance of getting this under control, but we will see. Go to half past or until the end of this inventory of stone, whichever comes first, ish, and then start doing some dirty work, I think, because I think it would be more, I really think it would be nice to have this area a little bit more sort of complete enough to be able to work in tomorrow. What was I doing here? A shape for the top of this, even if it's just a very rough generic shape. And we're out of stone again. There we are. That might have been, yeah. Is this gonna... Ooh, this might almost line up. Or it might miss completely. Nowhere near. And I keep placing the second block on top of that. That's not helpful. And he's done it again. Come on, Scots, you can do better than this. Probably. What's that look? It's not bad, not bad. Let's get this layer shaped. Really? It's dark and it's raining. It's a great combination. Thank you, Minecraft. Would you mind not doing that? Thank you. Where'd my bed go? Where did that bed go? Oh, is that it? Ah, my bed is my bed is drowning itself. Come back to me. Let's use the scaffolding route back into the build site. I should probably do something about the base of this hole, because it's kind of sort of empty at the bottom. Right. Where was I? What was I doing? Oh, yes. And one of those I caught. Well. Woohoo! And then let's sort out this way. I thought I was going to miss there. Come on. Wait a minute. Oh, apparently I felt like this was going to go much wider. Yikes. Saved by the double tap. It's not a fall if I double tap and save myself. Woohoo! I do wonder whether or not this is fully lit up. Whoops. But that's a problem for that's a problem for future me. Future me can deal with the mob spawning down here. Yeah. Oops. Right, let's try that again. Woohoo! This time I didn't fall. And it's not a fall, I didn't take damage. Ow! I'm not saying a word. Future Scots, dang it. Yeah. Yeah, I should have known that would be a prescient statement. I really should have known. Future Scots hates present day Scots. Future Scots knows that present day Scots is cutting so many corners and then falling off of a few of them. Manly yelp. Why did I even put that in as a statement? Probably because I thought it was funny. I mean, it is, but... Okay, I think it's time. Yep, it is time. Let us swap stone for dirt and start actually putting some dirt into this. so that we can start seeing what it looks like. Is this dirt? Yeah, apparently there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 double chests of dirt over here. Because of course, clearly, just a little bit of dirt has appeared over the weekend. Hello, chicken. Let's start making this dirty. Now this area really feels like it probably should be very dirty, and probably not as much. And while there will be stone, let's keep it. Because this is where the roots used to be, and so this is going to be deep. So let's assume that this has been affected by the tree. It kind of makes sense for it not to have as much stone down here. We'll try and keep it to being... I know I'm wasting stone at the moment, but I'll probably end up picking it all up in a minute. Let's see. Keep the occasional bit of stone. And we'll add the occasional log by accident, and you know what? We'll leave them because there'll probably be logs. Actually, that actually might make sense. Leave myself away. Leave some logs sticking out of the edge because those will be the roots. Herp-de-derp. Come on, Scots, you can figure this out. Tree this big, it's going to have left roots in the walls. Of course it is. Normally I would be saying stone over dirt is bad, but I think in this instance we're probably in an area where there's going to be a lot of holes where some of them have been pulled out. Yeah, I'll need to figure out how to put those in as well. Actually, let's not. Let's not. That can be for tomorrow. That can be part of the actual caldera build. Let's deal with the landscaping around it and leave that for the fun tomorrow. I really should try and stay focused. That's just how I want to build the tree. The tree is part of the actual caldera build, not part of the caldera build. That made sense while I was trying to say it. And I'm going to leave the marker stones? That's not stones, Scots. That's logs. They're marking logs in for where I want to actually build a tree. Question is, will I build a tree or will I just... Actually, I will probably build a tree. Let's just make this dirty. you should be. Great, my brain has just tried figuring out I'm an anti-lumberjack and I am okay. I'm building trees and I'm doing alright. Wait, what? None of that makes sense. I should sleep because apparently it's getting dark. Yeah. Dress up like a tree like my mummy. No, that makes less sense than even the original. And that's saying something. Probably shouldn't be there. Right. Let's pull this back a little bit. And what we can do is bring back some of this. So I actually excavated all of this earlier, and now I'm placing it all back. Gotta love that. Oh well. I'm only replacing the dirt that I took out of the dirt this area with the dirt that I took out of... I can word. Missed. Right. Okay. Let's start into here a bit. Whoops, there's another stack of dirt gone. Yeah, we're not. Here, and here. I approve. I very much approve. I think I've used this track as a backing track for time lapses before as well. For the sole and simple purpose that it is just an awesome track. And it kind of works well for the large-scale cinematics. Jumping around in this area worse than the foxes were jumping around in the perimeter. But then again, I'm not chasing chickens. I do like this track. It really is a good one. that. No, not you. Yeah, there you go there. I know some of this is breaking the rules that I set for where dirt can go, but honestly, we're at the lower levels of the slopes, so it kind of makes more sense for there to be more dirt. Wow. Just adding that amount of dirt really makes a difference to this. I do love this phase when suddenly adding like a dozen stacks of dirt just gives this area life. It's alive! Alive! Quick, kill it. Yep. On top of something. Yeah, it is. I'll leave that there, actually. I might end up swapping it for gravel at a future point, but... I swear so many... I mean, there's a reason why I like using Approaching Nirvana for background music for this. The tracks just work well with with building. They've got that sort of nice mix between calm and frantic. I'm going to leave much of the root crater treefall was it? For tomorrow, I think. Because I think that would be a nice section to focus on and actually make really detailed, as opposed to most of this, which is just a very, very rough dirt pass, which is exactly what we want at high speed. Wow, nearly gone through a full inventory of dirt already. Try to think what my stats for amount of dirt dug and amount of dirt placed are right now. I will have to have a look at that before the end of stream. Ooh, and don't let me end stream today without actually doing a map update. I keep forgetting to do that on stream and end up doing it just afterwards. And I feel that kind of sort of wastes an opportunity. hill. Oh, this has to be from Cinematic Soundscapes. Oh, I'm out of dirt. Dope. No, not that one. This one. Now we're on time. 22. Plenty of time. Woohoo! I can recognise cinematic soundscapes. Ah, well, that's not a hole. I thought I was about to fall down there. Dope. I love how there's the running joke of asking when Cinematic Soundscapes Volume 3 is ever going to turn up. But apparently, it's probably never. Because it's not the sort of music that ends up making a large amount of money, unfortunately. Shame, really. But I can understand it. Wow. That is really starting to make a difference. I think once this all ends up, actually no, I'm going to be a bit more there. Once all of this starts to sort of grass out a lot. Grass out a lot? I know what I mean. Not entirely sure I got the right word for it, but once it starts to turn into grass, it'll probably look fantastic. Do the front. Let's work forwards for a bit. Yeah, here. Oh yeah, this area is in dire need of being done. This is where we go back to the frantic placement and fast movements section as I suddenly start updating huge amounts in a hurry. There it is. And here. I thought I could. Yep, there we are. Let's dirt this up. Put a bit more around here. Yeah, that looks good. It's a shame that this is very steep. It's not going to end up with quite as much dirt on it, so I'm going to break my personal rules on placement of dirt a bit and just have it. Yeah, let's go for that much. Oh yeah, that looks so much better. let's get this area off to the side here done. So we're getting close to time, sadly. But if we can get enough of this in, a lot of this will then grass up while we work on the tree. Look up epic score as an artist for some more epic music. I will have to listen to it anyway if it sounds that good. Going for this area being heavier dirted than I would normally do, on the grounds that we're going to hit this with a lot of trees. Or some of the top of this is going to be hit with a lot of trees. And so it's the sort of stuff that would be okay. Probably more hit with dirt from being forested. A large section here. Like so. Let's start filling in some of this. There's quite a bit here. I think what I will have to do is come back through. I think when we actually do add a lot of trees into this, I might end up coming through with some podzol and some coarse dirt, and not letting this be solid grass. Thanks, Kel. And I trust your music tastes, Raven. It is, I mean, well, on something like that, I know that you and I see eye to eye on a lot of music and don't see eye to eye on an awful lot of music, which is, I mean, to be expected, really. Can't like everything. Goodness. Second inventory of dirt is nearly used up. But then again, it is 10 to 8. Really? Already? This has obviously been a good build stream, because I have lost track of time. I find that the struggle streams are the ones where I know exactly what time it is all the way through. And the good build streams are the ones where I'm like, wait, where did the time go? And this is definitely a where did the clock go? It's always nice when I build gels. I mean, equally, it's also nice when a build doesn't gel, and then does, which sometimes requires ripping it out wholeheartedly. Now, it was nice to see, and I know this will sound strange. I was watching Mumbo Jumbo's video yesterday. Yesterday. And he's basically decided he wasn't liking the way his build was going, and rather than just forcing his way through it, he's just he's just gone and blown most of it up. And it's like, that's cathartic when that happens. And just taking down something that is not working for you, and it's nice to know that it is something that happens to people like that as well. Yeah, very much explosive rule number 1. I mean, I never really suspected it didn't happen to people like that, but it's nice that he's shown it, because it'll help. That's not what I meant to put there. Because it'll help other people who feel like they have to be perfect in their builds all the time, because all of the big streamers are always perfect, and YouTubers are always perfect with their builds, and it's like, no, they're not. They have to work on it just as much. And having him basically turn around and go, nah, I'm not feeling this build, it's not working, I'm gonna rip it out and blow it up, is just, it was nice to see. Let's get this upper section done. Oh good, I still have 2 stacks of dirt in my inventory. It's not going to go very far. That's only an 8x8 area twice over. That's only half a chunk. But it might be enough to finish this top section off. No, not in the slightest. Nowhere near. Not even like a third of it. It's nice to know that my ability to estimate how much something's going to take is just as accurate for materials as it is for time. Oh yeah, I'll be able to build a city in the caldera in like 4 months, and then build the other city for the displaced people that have come from the caldera in the next 4 months, and then we'll have a little bit of time for other things in this year. Nope. It's gonna be the entire dang year at this rate for the caldera. It's not going to be, yeah, I can build this in 4 months. No, not in the slightest. I mean, a lot of that is scope creepers, basically. I should eat. Might manage it in 8. I think it might be 9, maybe 10. I suspect that there is still room for an awful lot of scope creep. So if 4 months becomes 10, And that's before we take into account there may be ridiculous amounts of detailing to go into a few places still. Because when have I ever decided that ridiculous amounts of detailing was not necessary? I mean, I'm well aware that some of the buildings still don't have interiors, and that slightly irks me. Even this is blah 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 blah. Even if this is supposed to be a ruined and decaying city, totally empty buildings are unlikely, because people will have left bits behind, given the run away in a hurry type thing that we've been setting up. Where are we? 58. Whoops. I so wanted to finish this bit. Oh well, I'm going to finish this bit and then go into pretties and then get the maps. I'm going to run long because I know I started a bit late because I was trying to work out why the heck everything was saying Twitch wasn't responding. Yep. Let us finish off this section. Come on. It's nearly done. Come on. You can do it, Scots. There we are. Last little bit. There we are. Right. Hey, sci-fi. And yes, this is a total banger. I believe that's the word that the hip kids use nowadays. Right. What's the quickest way of getting to the map room? Go in the opposite direction and then jump upwards that way. Yes, I know it's 8 o'clock. Right. Okay. Hello, map. Oh, wow. This is going to be quite an update to the map. I can already tell just from this bit, from what I'm looking at. And the map's not going to go far enough south for all of it. But it's going to be a heck of an update. Hopefully it gets the tree. Right, that should be enough. The map should be updated. I like how I've gotten into the habit of being able to do this so that you can't actually see the map. Right. Bottom left corner. Okay, that's changed a bit. Bottom right corner. Oh, wow. No, Llama, this is not the time for you to be sidling into screen. I do not need to be judged by you, Llama. What is it with this llama? It's forever deciding to judge me. No, keep going. I'd like your ass out. No, that's not your ass anymore, thankfully. Llama. What is it with this llama? No, please. Keep going. Just a bit further. Yay! Good. Llama has left the building. Ah. It's Llama's stream now. Yes. That is a heck of an update to that corner. That has really dramatically changed. And now comes the really interesting bit. Llama can't leave the building, that's why it's judgmental. True. Oh wow. That has very much taken on a totally different feel now that it exists like this. I think as the grass grows and as we add in all the other trees that we have planned and the top, the canopy of the fallen tree and the root system being ripped up. So yeah, the top and tail of this tree is going to be quite interesting with the root system and the canopy still to come. This is going to look truly epic at this end of the city. I think I like that shot. And when this has a monolith on the right hand side of this shot, this is going to look truly, truly ridiculously excellent. Yeah, the canopy is definitely needed, otherwise it doesn't look right. So yeah, tomorrow will be canopy and roots. And more gardening. Yeah, that just looks... That's going to look truly epic. I really look forward to seeing how this comes together. I do also need to figure out where are we going to run a path into this tree from? Or are we going to run a path into this tree? I need to think about that one. Ooh, God rays. Either way, however, we have, unfortunately, reached that point where it is time for me to declare thank you to everyone for joining me this evening. It's been a fantastic stream. It's been a good build, and I'm absolutely loving having everybody here. Path through the grass. Possibly. I hope everyone has a good time zone. I hope everyone looks after themselves and has a great day tomorrow. And I will be back again tomorrow. As noted during this discussion, I will be back working on the tree. Because now we have somewhere to actually build it into. We have landscaped the caldera around our caldera city. In quotes. Build. I think... Yeah, why not? Let's run a raid to end everything. Who do we have live? Oh yeah, why not? Let's take the SLA on a pub crawl and go and see how Tadpole is doing with his long stream. Either way, I hope everyone has a good time zone. I hope everyone has a fantastic evening, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye-bye.